Employment and labor officials in St. Kitts and Nevis have explained the reason for the staggered approach for the minimum wage increase in the country. The officials stated that the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, the St. Christopher Nevis Social Security Board, and the Statistics Department submitted data that supported the two-phased approach of the increase. Labor Officer Genevieve Mills explains.
It was an analytical approach in terms of utilizing the data from ECCB, Social Security, and from Statistical Department in St. Kitts to give us that sort of informed as to how should we go about doing this. And as the chairman rightfully say, being mindful that you have micro businesses, small businesses, and you just don't want to, though the increase would have been agreed to, let's say 500 at the end of the day, do you just want to jump this 500 and then the micro businesses would collapse, and then the government would have to consider increasing the social increments in terms of proportions, so that subsidies. And so we wanted to look at all of that, and in considering that this was the best approach with all the members, and rightfully, remember we had members from the chamber, the union, and government in this, so everybody had to, look out for themselves, recognizing that together, St. Kitts and Nevis would need to move forward. And at the end of the day, if it's an all stakeholders approach, all of us had to be looking out for one another, even though the increase was important.
According to Mills, with the minimum wage increase, a salary before deductions should be $430 if they worked an 8-hour shift at a rate of $10.75, adding that the increase from $360 to $430 represents a 19.40% increase, and the $500 represents a 38.90% increase. He also used the opportunity to encourage employees to file a complaint with the Ministry of Employment and Labor if they are receiving below the minimum wage. Chairman of the Minimum Wage Advisory Committee, Sam Condor, said consideration was given to small businesses in the country and the potential impact on their operations.
Was the reason for that to be done that way?
Yeah, it was mainly a question of the really small businesses. Small businesses were under severe pressure. I mean, the big businesses. Because we believe the big businesses could have paid that without winking. I mean, they're making super profits. I mean, for the last, from 20, what it was, when we had 28, we had 2014 is the last increase we had, 2014. From 2014 to 2023, 24, I mean, the profits that these companies made, Horsford and TDC and you name it, I mean, they could afford to pay a reasonable living wage. And so, but the small businesses, we thought there was some concerns about, these things. So that is why we decided that we'll take some time to go through an analysis. We got.
Well, the minimum wage has been increased to $430 per week effective January 1st, 2024, and $500 from July 1st, 2025. Condor revealed that there were recommendations from interest groups.
The union submission was that it should increase by $600 per week. That was the union submission.
Which was almost 100% increase.
Which was almost 100% increase. We thought that, and you would agree that the union would fight for workers. I mean, they consider the workers.
Right.
And so they recommend $600. Then we had a submission from the Consumer Affairs. Consumer Affairs recommended $500. Then we had recommendations from the chamber. No, we didn't have a recommendation from the chamber. I think we had a recommendation from the Labor Department in Nevis, who also recommended
Central Bank
$500 per week. The Central Bank, I think, recommended, I think, $410 or $420 or something. Just over $400. The others were $400 a week. And we took all of them, and we decided that we'll do what we call an average. We had a mean, a median, and a mode. You know, the mode was the most frequently used thing, which was $400. We thought that we wouldn't lose that. Then we had the median, which was 460 something, and the mean was 440 something. And so the Labor Department, the Ministry of Employment and Labor, made a submission, and we decided that we'll go at $500.
Okay.
There was input from the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, the Labor Department in Nevis, as well as small and medium businesses in St. Kitts and Nevis for the minimum wage to be increased.